Alright. Oh, wow, the LG Stylo is awesome. Love how this case stands and shit. Alright. Hey, my name's Ryan, Super Genius 1123. Well, my new nickname is gonna be Intelligent Fool. Alright, so, yeah. So, I'm just gonna say my, impression on popular girl culture. Blunt! Alright, so, oh yeah, I gotta age restrict this, yeah. Alright, so, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Alright, so, I think they have this, I believe they have this, like, I don't know, some sort of, like, self-preservation method, and, I mean, they, in a cold way, and often and stuff, and, I mean, just for their protection, because I know, um, a lot of families just, it's common for families to condition guys to be, like, uptight and, I don't know, like, unconfident and stuff, and it just scares girls because unfortunately a lot of guys have these symptoms and they just don't know it discomforts girls and stuff, and so they have to like abuse the sarcasm and stuff just to and be somewhat deceitful, just to sometimes just I mean no, that's an achiever type. I mean I mean yeah, they have to like use at least sarcasm just to temporarily just to test if a guy is a douchebag or not. Kind of sucks when they have to do that, but nothing I can do about that. But well, my problem is that I'm just not really wise. That's why I'm calling myself intelligent fool. Uh, I don't really have good common sense with girls. So it's best if I just don't really hit on any more girls because I just keep hurting myself and stuff. So just got to get back to my other intention, just only make friends. It's for the best for now, unless I get hit on. And when I confirm that they're not a sociopath. I haven't looked up the pronunciation yet, but I just gotta stop worrying and become my own best friend. And until then, it's just best if I just only make friends. And plus, if I make friends with some hot chicks and stuff, like I could obtain balance. Balance, yeah, like, yeah, like including better self-control, which I don't, and which so I won't like unintentionally act like a douchebag just because I've been brainwashed with weaknesses and stuff, which sadly is just a turnoff no matter what. Like, damn, it's like it's too hard. Like, when it comes to relationships, I mean, not that hard. I mean, I guess they just expect me to make a first move or something, but I'm just kind of too weak for that. It's just I've just been too alienated, thanks to living in group homes for almost a fucking decade, where they're conspiratorial. Now, I used to accuse my dad and stepmother like of like of like controlling my life, but I don't know. I guess they just made an unwise well-being method. I guess they didn't really mean to really mess my life up, but they trusted group homes like I think. What? Don't say names. Don't say names. All right. The previous group home administrator was paying some staff extra just to lie to me and stuff. Well, I just gotta look up medical records and see if it has propaganda about my intentions, about my rebelling against group homes and stuff. They keep trying to change me, even in adulthood. Well, I've been out at group homes for like 2/3 of a year, but it takes a while to wake up and even get wisdom. Well, I kind of like making more wise decisions, but it's more like a prudence type of wisdom. Yeah. Yeah, and even what else do I need? No, losing my virginity isn't like a big, important priority, I don't think. I try not to think that. As if it's a virtue or something. Or, I don't know if I'm a hypocrite, I don't know. Anyways, aside from that, since I'm lost, I just rather not judge myself. Plus, I know a few people know me well, and I'll just leave it up to them. People, they nearly know me perfectly. And they even agree that my personality type is a type 4, the individualist. Well, I've been kind of played out of some friend zones and stuff. And, I gotta stop venting and stuff. No, like, emotional vengeance and stuff. Like, it's pointless. It really go nowhere. Plus, I'm not, uh, they may be people who just don't really care what people think. Well, I gotta overcome that weakness. That fucking weakness. It's a nightmare. I gotta overcome that. Really. Yeah. Well, I trust this. I trust this genius. This genius named Stefan Erdmann, a great neurolinguist. He's like a brainwash healer. I mean, his methods kind of does brainwash, but in a peaceful way, which you don't really have to overthink. It's just, it's like, it's just thinking to yourself, I'm really good at this, and, well, it's true, like, that's something you're good at, and you can build confidence that way, and even for another instance, like, liking is a choice, and when you get to like stuff that you don't realize you like, I mean, you can simply ask yourself if you like something, you be like, oh yeah. And liking is a choice, and you may even not even know if you like certain stuff. Because you're probably thinking of something else negative. Like, that's another instance. Oh, this guy's a genius. I need to keep following his ideals. It's like so peaceful and so agreeable. Just check him out. Check him out if some of you guys who are checking this video out are, no offense, pussies. And being a pussy is not a bad thing. Like, it's in many cases, and for many like guys who don't really have bad intentions and stuff, it's not all really their fault and stuff. They may go through a lot of trouble and and they just feel bad about themselves because, I don't know, because maybe when they went through issues in childhood and stuff, or teenagehood probably, they just felt like they had to take things seriously and stuff and felt self-fault. Well, if you're a type 4, follow Stefan Erdmann. You need him. You need his help. So do I. And that's why I'm following his lessons. His inner peace lessons. Check out Pimp Your Lingo, 6-week Double Your Confidence Challenge, 57 Ultimate Confidence Methods, and a Approach at Will. He even warns about those bad teachers who teach manipulative shit, such as pickup artists and gurus. Pickup artists are these freaks who teach, well, innocent people to be freaks by teaching the pointless phrases when guys think they have to say something that they find to be cool, even though it's pointless, and mostly in many cases it can be quotes they heard before and stuff. And It's like, what do I have to say just to turn them on? And so they look up these stupid pickup artists and see, I mean, these programs and stuff, and too much idealistic bullshit. And it's just not good idealism at all. And for gurus, they just teach manipulative tricks and routines. Like they're instead of the difference between pickup artists and gurus, it's like gurus of pickup artists is for like those people who are wondering what do I have to say, and gurus for like what do I have to do. And so gurus teach you stupid manipulative tricks and routines and stuff where you have to be so self-conscious for no pointless reasons. Well, I've fallen for that, and sadly, learning facts and stuff like stuff that you've been brainwashed. Sadly, in many cases, that's not really enough for you to get strength. So you have to work on getting inner peace. Well, in that case, I highly recommend Stefan Erdmann. His ideas, it's just so peaceful and so real. And you don't really have to use people that you know. Well, sadly, I've alienated myself by doing so because I'm so used to doing that. So I thought friends could help with anything. Well, I kept desperating for help and stuff, but now I know a peaceful way in which I can just do it on my own and without much trouble. I just gotta not be a sloth about it. Because I don't know, maybe if I do overthink his ideas, maybe I might do too much that it might become a habit. But although sometimes he can like give some like weird little temporary routines, which you just simply got to keep to yourself and well, not really use it with people much. Just use it with strangers and stuff, and just part ways and stuff, and it's just ways that you can convince yourself that it's okay. Convince your heart, not your brain, that it's okay not to feel like an idiot. Oh, people are gonna love my philosophy. Alright, just keep this video. Alright, so yeah, anyways, all I gotta do is just become my own best friend. Anyways, I'm talking too much. People told me that. Anyways, I just like some opinions before I go further and stuff. Alright, but thanks for watching. Actually, wait a minute. No, let's just linger. Now, a recommendation for like blunts and stuff. Oh my god, I'm going on with this shit now. Well, fuck it, why not? Because I can. That's why. Alright, so so the best way to like cough like hell, you just gotta suck on the joint and inhale just a bit at a time. Just just let it rest in your mouth a bit so the heat could cool down a bit, but the smoke is still there, and then inhale. And then you won't burn your mouth much, and even the THC can, I don't know, maybe replace dominate over the nicotine fragrance in the blunts. The tobacco. The weed could take over the THC. You can have a more comfortable toke and cough and laugh like hell. So let's just demonstrate it. Oh. Anyways, and nowadays I'm just trying to make friends and improve my integrity. Self-integrity. What I believe about myself, and sometimes I misjudge myself. But that's more like balance. But no, wait. Why do I keep thinking of words from this Enneagram chart? Come on, Ryan, be yourself. I'm trying to get that strength, being myself. Consistently, yeah. especially when it comes to attractive girls at least want to have a connection with. I've just been aloof from attractive girls. Anyways, I'm just overcoming. For now, I'll just call it comfort zone syndrome. It's a nightmare. Nightmare. All right. Grape ape. Grape ape. Pretty good shit. Pretty good indica. I'm planning a rehab from weed though, so I can just overcome anxiety. Now, I have this strong, strict tendency myself to not become an alcoholic. Now, Stephen Irwin taught this interesting idea now, which I'm too hesitant for, on the Approach at Will PDF. Let's see. Like, talk to anyone for 1 week. That's kind of hard though. I just might need just to get tipsy just for 1 week. I mean, that's my idea, not his. Getting tipsy. I just think that might make me easier because even though booze is very unhealthy and stuff, like, it kind of helps with anxieties and depressions. I'm kind of convinced of that now, regardless of how nasty as fuck booze is to me. But I think I've just got to get used to it a bit, but still not make a habit out of it and not depend on booze. So get that out of my head. All right. So, oh yeah. So the Enneagram. I'm trying to like figure out like personality types of people I'm connected with, and the deeper I get to know them, you know, I get to judge what personality types they are by looking up this Enneagram chart just to get a few ideas, and I can look up some types on the Enneagram Institute and see which seems closest to that person, and if more than one seems so, or even if not, just to check, just to make sure, I just gotta look up the section, look up these different pages of misidentifications of other personality types, when they look so similar for certain people or themselves. Yeah, it's a really good method. And then that way I can have a better sense of prudence with that person because I'm kind of maladjusted. And sometimes I just gotta do some weird stuff just to cope. Because I kind of have a social acceptance addiction. Now I learned it could generally turn off girls more when I have that kind of tendency, like social acceptance addiction. Now I can tell they don't really like that. So I gotta learn to give people some space and stuff. It's just I talk too much. Once I have a good connection, or once I don't know, to think they're a great person already, it's just I get so excited. I'm just like a warm and friendly person, but I just do too much. Kind of a shame. But on the bright side, oh, I'm so stupid. On the bright side, I'm innocent. Plus, friends is a bigger priority than relationships. True friends. But chatting isn't enough. Some hangouts, that could really improve my self-esteem. Yeah. Self-esteem. Yeah. Self-esteem. And, I just kind of doubt that, losing my virginity would, really, help, give self-esteem. I just don't really think that's gonna do shit. I just need to have memorable flashbacks of having a sense of people knowing that I'm a good person, because even though I know that I'm a good person, knowing facts isn't enough. I need flashbacks of in myself of embracing that and feeling that at the same time. It's just kind of my thing. Individuals type. I'll just read some of that bit so people can know me. Type 4. Individualist. Ego fixation. Melancholy. Fantasizing. Holy idea. Origin. Basic fear. Having no identity or significance. Basic desire. To be uniquely themselves. Temptation. To overuse imagination in search of self. Vice/passion. Envy. Virtue. Equanimity. Emotional balance. Stress. 2. Well, 2 is the helper type. Security. Reformer. I mean, that's like the types I could act more like and stuff. So sometimes when I'll just use Andre 3000's vocabulary washed up in it and inadequate. I mean, or maybe I'll just use the Enneagram Institute vocabulary, sensitive and introspective. Alright, I'll just, and yeah, that's about it. I mean, I'll just make another video of my personality. Let's just lay that for another one. I just want to expose my beautiful heart. Yep. Anyways, goals. Getting inner peace. Getting wisdom. And, just not being a late bloomer anymore. that's simplified, yeah. For now, I'll just use my best self-image. Late bloomer. Yeah, that's my self-image, and I'll stick to that for now, till I got something better. Personal identity. Now I just gotta figure out significance. I mean, oh yeah, I'm good at putting things together. IKEA furniture. Kami. Ask for help if you live in Oakland. I can help with that. You're welcome in advance. I'm good at putting shit together. Alright. Alright, I don't have to finish this Blends video. Fuck OCD. Thanks for watching. Sadly, it's just a turn-off no matter what. Like, damn. It's like, it's too hard. Like, when it comes to relationships, I mean, not that hard. I mean, I guess they just expect me to make a first move or something, but I'm just kind of too weak for that. It's just, I've just been too alienated. thanks to living in group homes for almost a fucking decade, where they're conspiratorial. Now, I used to accuse my dad and stepmother of like like controlling my life, but I don't know. I guess they just made an unwise well-being. All right. Oh wow, the LG Stylo is awesome. Love how this case stands and shit. All right. Hey, my name's Ryan, Super Genius 1123. Well, my new nickname is gonna be Intelligent Fool. All right. So yeah. So I'm just gonna say my impression on popular girl culture. Blunt. So oh yeah, I gotta age restrict this. Yeah. All right. So what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. All right. So I think they have this like. I mean, no, that's for the achiever type. I mean, I mean, yeah. They have to like use at least sarcasm just to temporarily just to test if a guy is a douchebag or not. Kind of sucks when they have to do that, but nothing I can do about that. But well, my problem is that I'm just not really wise. That's why I can call myself intelligent fool. I don't really have good common sense with girls. So it's best if I just don't really hit on any more girls, because I just keep hurting myself and stuff. So just got to get back to my other intention, just only make friends. It's for the best for now, unless I get hit on. And when I confirm that they're not a sociopath. I haven't looked up the pronunciation yet, but I just gotta stop worrying and become my own best friend. And until then, it's just best if I just only make friends. And plus, if I make friends with some hot chicks and stuff, like, I could obtain balance. Balance, yeah, like, yeah, like, including better self-control, which I don't, and which so I won't like unintentionally act like a douchebag just because I've been brainwashed with weaknesses and stuff. Which, sad. I believe they have this like some sort of like self-preservation method, and I mean they in a cold way and often and stuff, and I mean just for their protection, because I know a lot of families just it's common for families to condition guys to be like uptight and like unconfident and stuff, and it just scares girls because unfortunately a lot of guys have these symptoms and they just don't know it discomforts girls and stuff, and so they have to like abuse the sarcasm and stuff just to and be somewhat deceitful, just sometimes just I mean